Hey, how's everyone doing? It is Friday. We got Lucy here. We got Maddie. We got Dylan. We got Roderick. We got Jesse. We got Parker, Maya, Kirsten. Good to see everyone here. We're going to get Kahoot up and going. We're going to start with that 201 Kahoot. Let me log in. I think I have a 320 Kahoot. I think I do. 320. I'll be sending out an announcement soon. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Lindsay? Good to see you. I've got multiple chats on the screen. I'm getting the Kahoot going. I was getting the announcements ready last night. Sorry for any grammatical errors. And getting everything good to go. So that way everyone can be informed, especially 320 with the test coming up. Yo, Calzone Tyrone, good to see you here. Good to see you. How are you doing? Let's put on a little music right here. We're putting on some 80s music. Calzone is here, everyone. Fan favorite, Calzone. I think you got some ridiculous points. Well, we're getting ready right here. And Calzone, if you want to jump into this Kahoot, we're doing some decision trees. Back an email. Unsaved changes. Oh, that's not good. It says I have unsaved changes in this decision tree Kahoot. What are the unsaved changes? How's everyone doing? I know, Calzone's got the best name. How many more assignments like the one we have? The one we have been doing? So there's probably about 4 or 5 more assignments. Like, usually we try to go like, I'm trying to see what's not saved in here. Find out the hard way if I put a wrong question in here. Find out the hard way. Tiny Shark, are you ready? Heard him over there. Regular Puppet Shark, you ready? They're all ready. Everyone's here. We're getting the Kahoot loaded up. Keep asking those questions. Let's play the Kahoot right now. Let's stop the music, though. We're going to go over here to classic mode and hope Brian didn't make a mistake on the Kahoot. Okay. I got it going, but we only listen to disco music here. We only listen to disco Kahoot. Has Calzone shown everyone Calzone's insane points? Let's do this. Go Sharks. Puppet Shark is ready. Are you ready? Let's take down here. There we go. The only change in oh wait, how many more signs? The only change 6 is to remove the app. If you download the latest version, it won't have that. Got a little bit of green around me. I made so the mic doesn't sparkle. It's so tough to make everything perfect. I think my hair today is being weird. My hair's got green coloring around the edges of it. Green screening live is lots of fun. Fuzzy Badger and Cute Hen and Aquatic Koala. Calzone, are you here? Are you in the game? Calzone, I think, is at higher points than me. We've got people. No! Kahoot's taking forever to load. We'll give this a good... We'll give it at least a 2-minute timer here. Calzone's seen this from the start. Calzone was here when we began teaching online. From back in the day. Nice. Oh, that was me with my points. Nice job, Cliff, right there. Cliff is Hero of Eternity status. So keep getting these points. Let's throw out 100 points. Showing up to the Kahoot. Practicing the material. I want people to know that if you are, great job right there, Audrey. Also, I think you're near the next level, I think. Everyone gets 100 points right now. I think it is, it should only take like 2 or 3 weeks or maybe a month to get to the top level. So for those playing along, for trying to get points, you can see a lot of people have already reached their 2 points. Some people are at 2.1 points. Brian's at 2.11 points. You can just keep going to higher and higher statuses. And there's a sad thing though. Sad times. I will reset the points at the end of the semester, but your hours don't reset. Your hours will always stay. You'll always have your hours here. So, like, man, you can look at how many I've spent. I have streamed online since we started recording hours, at least with Mubot. I've streamed for 304 hours on YouTube. 304 hours, at least, because sometimes Mubot's not here. Yeah, it's so that way if you take another class with me, the points are reset, and I'm always like fine-tuning it. Next semester, I'm going to make it a little bit harder to get the points. I want to find this nice balance. I'm trying to, like, make sure... I want at least half the people to get all their points. I want it to be... What do you guys feel? Points are too easy to get? This is our last bit of conversation. We got, like, another 30 seconds. How do people feel about the point system? Hey, Jacob, spreading some positivity. Thank you, Jacob. Talking to Lucy right there, spreading some positivity. What do people think about the point system here? We'll start in about 1 minute. Here, I'm going to put a 1-minute timer on instead. 1 minute, we're starting. What do people think about the point system? Too easy, too hard to get points? Hate the point system? Like the point system? BS 474 is second session summer. You like it? I like it too. Keep the points coming, right? It's a lot of fun just to get the points and see where you're at. Yeah, Jesse, I think it's super cool too. Because it's like you actually can like track your points and be like, this is how many points I currently have. It's like a video game. So I love it too. I think it's just lots of fun and all the different, yeah, it keeps me motivated too. That's really good. You know, I want to kind of talk to more educators about it and say, like, we got 26 seconds, so we're starting soon here. I want to talk to more educators about it and say, you know, some sort of tracking like that in real time, which is why I like streaming on YouTube. We got everyone here. We got some 320, got some 201. Give shout outs to your class right now, 320 or 201, whichever class you're in. Get ready, because we got 10 seconds on the clock. It's almost Kahoot time. 320, 201, who's going to win? I think, I'll see if I have a 320 Kahoot first. We will be playing a 320 Kahoot later this week, though, to review for the test. But for now, we're starting. We got 201 versus 320. Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go. Over to the main screen. Here we are with the first question. I might move myself a little bit. Oh, I can disappear if I want. What split is the most significant split in the tree? What split in the tree? So we're predicting some sort of categorical variable right here. You can tell this is a categorical tree because it has the distribution of the y variable. I can't remember what we're predicting here. I wish I could, but we don't do a good job. 4.1% of the variation, whatever the y variable, is explained by the splits in the tree or the variables in the tree, which make the splits. And with this right here, we see that the most important, most significant split in the tree is going to be the first split. The first split here kind of chooses the direction the tree goes in. So think about this. It's like, what's the most important turn when you start driving on a trip? Think about this. You're gonna drive to New York, and you're like, I could either turn left or right. So who can tell us the most important turn when you start driving on a trip? And this is your first turn right here. You're going on, and so you think you does that make more sense when I phrase it that way? You're like I'm gonna drive to New York. I either need to go left on this road or right on this road. And so when you decide to drive an hour in the wrong direction, who's ever done that? The first split is the most important split of the tree. Does that make sense to everybody? The first split chooses kind of the whole path. So there's a lot of interesting stuff we can do here with, what is it called? Bagged trees, or bootstrap trees I'm thinking about. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. There's advanced algorithms we use that do all this stuff. Great stuff right here. Good to see everybody getting along, having a good time. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? Wrong button. Diplomat kitten right here. Diplomat kitten. Great rabbit. You know what, great rabbit? You know we're fans of rabbits here. So let's make this happen. Purple unicorn's back, though. I think they've been here before. Purple unicorn's back without fail. That is... I kind of had that dad who wouldn't ask for directions, and I compensate. I'll just ask for directions. I'll be like, I think I know where I live, but, you know, maybe I'll just stop by here and be like, can you tell me? I mean, I've been here for like a year, but I think I'm going... It's like, dude, you come by here every week. Come on, learn where you live. So what should not be included in decision trees? What should not be included in decision trees? Decision trees use what and what, and what should not be included in a decision tree. So decision trees, if you look right here, we're predicting a categorical X. So, I mean, obviously we can include categorical variables. We also have right here weight, which is quantitative. Quantitative variables are like super awesome. Quantitative variables never cause problems, but the ones that do cause problems, you got it, are identifiers or things that act like identifiers. So can someone ask a question that would be an identifier? Who can ask a question right now that would be an identifier? Damn you, green screen. Who can ask a question that would be an identifier? I literally need to have like a night and day camera, because when I was streaming last night, I redid the green screen. Student ID number is an identifier. Student ID number is an identifier because it's unique for everybody. Now, and then Lindsay, great answer right there. What would be something that acts like an identifier? So an identifier is something like social security number, student ID number. Those are all identifiers. They cannot, will not, ever not repeat. But things that act like identifiers are going to be things like favorite phone app, major, hint, 201, hint, major, favorite phone app, all that stuff right there acts like identifiers. What do we mean it acts like an identifier? So keep kind of answering these questions. What do we mean something acts like an identifier? Like if I tell you my favorite phone app is the distribution applet by Matt Bogner. So an ice cream flavor, like we talked about that all that. Great job, Audrey, right there. Let's throw some 50 points. Audrey pulling out the class examples right there. I appreciate that because that's what I want people to think about is if you can remember an example of this, you can be like, well, something that acts like an identifier is going to be, this right here. I like the way Lindsay put it right there. Multiple options levels. There's so many choices that each one could be unique. Yeah, kind of, especially for smaller data sets, Kirsten, great point right there. So especially zip codes, if we're surveying people across the whole US, Lydia right there, great answer. So 50 points for everybody for all those amazing answers. Something that has too many levels. But what if I said something like, let's ask people their anticipated starting salary. Can that have too many levels? So 320, think about what variables have levels. Can something in 320, can you explain why something like anticipated starting salary would not have too many levels? So think about just the wording of this. No, I want ice cream. Me too, Lucy. Why would anticipated starting salary not have too many levels? Why would it not have too many levels? Because levels are for what variable? So when we're talking about levels, we're specifically talking about what type of variables? Variables that have levels are what type of variable? Quantitative can't, exactly. Quantitative doesn't have levels. Only categorical variables have levels. So like the categorical variables has levels. Like if you talk about class level is like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, that's the levels. So it's just like groups. Just think of levels as groups. So things that act like identifiers are going to be categorical variables with too many levels. Quantitative variables don't have levels. They can have unique values, but we don't really call them levels because it's not levels. Reasons. That's a bad answer. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? Diplomat Kitten. The leaderboard is tight right now. The leaderboard is stuck right here. Let's see who wins next. Let's do this. Let's do this, everyone. After each split, the value of R squared will do what? So think about this. X's like to do what? X's like to do what? And so a good answer, well, a really good question someone might ask is, wait a minute, what if your X does not explain more variation? Then the tree, I believe, will not split. The tree will not split. So the tree only splits to put X's in, and X's only seek to explain, and R squared is the percent of variation explained, and that means it will increase. So does this make sense that your X's explain, like always think about your X explains your Y? Really great questions from 320 this week. It's like, wait, Brian, you didn't specify which is X and Y. Kayla jumped in and said, we're trying to predict Y, and that means X is going to explain, sorry about this. I'm trying to get the green screen perfect, but I just need to stop the time shift of day and night outside, because now my mic isn't sparkly, but this is, don't look at this. Don't look at this. So vote now. Is everything okay? Nah, I'll fix it after the stream. Time just needs to not change anymore. So what we have right here is that R squared will always increase. How would you interpret this R squared right here if we are predicting whether someone is an honors student? Take a moment right here, just like this is a test. Are you saying I should fix it right now, Maddie? It's distracting me. Let me do it. I'm going to try to fix it really, really quick. Ah! Okay, that's better, I think. Okay, no more sparkle down here. Day-night cycles, messing with my green screen. Okay, so with this right here, so it is statistically significant. That's the log worth, and we definitely don't cover that. 4.1% of the variation in GPA can be explained by the variation in, so if we are explaining whether or not somebody's an honor student, like, so this is, hey, Kayla, good to see you here. Hypothetical, why is honor student here? Because we can't see it. So 4.1% of the variation in whether somebody is an honors student is explained by the variables in the tree. 4.1% of the variation in whether someone is an honors student is explained by the variables in the tree. And I think we still have the notes up for this. So right here, blank percent of the variation in Y is explained by the variables in the tree. Very important interpretation that we should know. So make sure to practice that and know blank percent of the variation in Y is explained by the variables in the tree. Let's get some Y or no in the chat. So who thinks they understand how to interpret R squared? There's multiple X's, yep, which that means the variables in the tree. Great job right there, Lucy. The variables in the tree are the multiple X's, so blank percent of the variation in the Y, which we're assuming here is whether or not someone's an honor student, is explained by the variables in the tree. So that is the interpretation of the R squared we see right here. And I should have put the Y variable so you can see it, but it's hard to make like good output you can see. But who's winning is the question. Whoa, Diplomat Cat is just running away with the Diplomat Kitten right there. Whoo, but look at this cute hen, purple unicorn. 1 point difference, 7 point difference, tied. Who's going to win? Get ready. Here we go. Interpret R squared. Wow. Who knows? Looks like there's some slope interpretation, some Stats 101 slope interpretation. Watch out for that. So remember, oh, it's voting. It's whether or not someone voted. Who knows? It's a good review question. I'll be blocking the answer. Oh, no. So wait, what is this variable right here? So what is this? What is this variable right here? This is the what variable right here. This is the what variable. This is the Y variable. So with this being the Y variable right here, blank percent of the variation in the Y is explained by the variables in the tree, or just the tree is all right. But does that make sense to everybody right here? Blank percent of the variation in voting, 4.1% of the variation in voting, this is whether or not people voted, is explained by the variables in the tree. So really good practice right here in interpreting R squared. Your assignment doesn't have you do this, but make sure to write this down. Make sure to just know blank percent of the variation Y is explained by the variables in the tree. Good news for 201, you will not have to remember the slope interpretation, and these are just bad interpretations right here. Who did we trick? Who did we not? Diplomat kitten, no, but aquatic koala is better. Aquatic koala, I'm with you, man. Man, person, human, I don't know. Whoever you are, aquatic koala, you got this, you got this. Let's see who's going to win with the next question. Who's going to win? True or false? A decision tree uses multiple X's. True or false? The answer is on the screen. Now, some statistician could walk in, as they usually do. They jump into our class and they say, well, actually, Brian, okay, yes, you could go against this. The answer is on the screen, and we do see how to do it. We're seeing if people are a registered voter, and then you can see the answer right there. That is the answer on the screen. you just answered. I love it. I love it. So a decision tree uses multiple X's. The answer is most definitely true. The answer is true. We use multiple X's. At least that's the way you should do a decision tree. I guess you could use one X. I mean, I said maybe should put or a decision tree should use multiple X's. So I'm gonna be like, well, actually, I could put one X there. Okay. But that wouldn't be a good decision tree. Good decision trees use multiple X's. That's a good way of putting it right there. So pretty easy one right there. Don't worry if you missed it. This is just practice. Kind B, I'm sorry. You're still doing well. You still got this. Stellar Bobcat running away with it right now, but Diplomat Kitten was in the lead. Stellar Bobcat, can you hang on to it? True or false? A decision tree uses multiple Y's. Answer's on the screen again. Answer's on the screen. Answer is on the screen. Please tell me I put the right answer in. Answer is on the screen. Now, decision trees can explain categorical or quantitative variables. So there can be a categorical or quantitative Y variable, and there can be categorical or quantitative X's. So the only thing you don't want to put in there is indicators or things that act like indicators. Great job. That's all right. You okay. Don't worry about it. Whoever you are, it's fine. You probably misclicked. Great job. I think that's awesome. I'd love to see everyone get it, but I'm good with this. Who's in the lead right now? Who's in the lead? Oh, this is a tight leaderboard. Oh, and I think everyone here is on a streak. Let's see who's going to win next. Oh, man. How many people are born in Tennessee are not registered to vote? How many people born in Tennessee are not registered to vote? So these are the people born in Tennessee. These are the people not born in Tennessee. So are registered to vote. Or not registered to vote. Not. I just read that last part. The other answer wouldn't even be on here. Answer quick. Time's running out. Even if you got a guess. You don't lose. I don't know how it works. This is a tough one. What? I thought where's Puppet Shark? Puppet Shark, are you impressed with them? I'm impressed with them too. Tiny Puppet Shark, you impressed? Yeah, we're all impressed. Tiny Brian, you impressed?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. That was a really good answer.
Man, everybody's here and everybody's impressed. It's yeah. Tiny Puppet Shark and regular Puppet Shark are both impressed at the same time. Let's explain to people how to solve this if they didn't know how to solve it. So, do you notice right here? This is a very good test question. Let me point. This is a very good test question. No, I'm sorry, Roderick. So, I want people to explain, how would you figure out how many people born in Tennessee are not registered to vote? What groups is this? Here, let's go grab our snipping tool so we can write on this. And how many people, or what two groups represent people who are not born in Tennessee? Who are born in Tennessee, sorry. What groups, I'm going to write the numbers, what groups represent people born in Tennessee? What groups represent people born in Tennessee? What groups? The top two, exactly, Maya, great work. The top two, the first two groups. This test question destroys people when we write one like this. So those two groups represents people born in Tennessee. Now, there's further things, like we can talk about their GPA, but then we want how many people are not registered to vote, and it's these people right here. So the answer was 113. You can see it down there in the corner. And amazing work to everyone who got that. I expected a lot of people to miss this. This is the work to get it right here that you can see. Group 1 and Group 2 are those right there. So amazing work. You just add the two of them together, Lindsay. I can't trick people. We consider that to be one of the harder questions on the test because the answer is not directly on the screen. It's not like you just have to read the output. You have to know how to read the output and then know how to go further from there. So amazing work. Very impressed. Don't worry if you missed it. I'm impressed with these numbers. Stellar Bobcat, no! I'm sorry, Stellar Bobcat. Someone just went up and just what is it? What's his name? He's just Simba that dude down. What is it? Mufasa's the good guy, right? Who's the good guy? Who does Simba fight at the end? No, Mufasa's the nice one. Simba fights Scar. Yeah, Scar. Everyone's right. Scar. Simba fights Scar. Just went up and whack! Just took down Scar right there. And Mufasa's the nice one, right? Who holds Simba up. That's Mufasa. No, Mufasa's the dad. Mufasa's the dad. What's the name of the... James Earl Jones, I think, does the... I have no idea. Is that the one who does the voice? Man, it's so good stuff right there. Lion King. I'm sorry that... Yeah, we got this. Diplomat Kidden back in the lead. Let's find out what happens here. But you know what? Space Puffin. Watch out, everyone. Space Puffin. Rafiki, that's it, Rafiki. Thank you, Maddie, right there. 20 points. And also Roderick. 20 points. Everyone telling us Rafiki right there. Awesome stuff. Lion King, check it out if you haven't. Ask us Disney Gals. Yes. Disney Gals. Where's Jamie, everyone? So let's do this. Let's find out who's going to win right here on the next question. What two variables can decision trees analyze? I feel like I already asked this question. Well, it's a review question now. What two variables you should know instantaneously? Decision trees is a shorter chapter. That last one we did was one of the harder questions. I think consider this one to be one of the easier questions. Decision trees can handle a categorical this or a quantitative this, X or Y. Oh wait, I just said the answer. Decision trees can handle X and Y variables that are this or this. I'm not giving away the answers anymore. Great job. I wish I could merge them. I wish I could merge them over, Dylan. You can win this, and usually I'll try to give away another gift card if somebody... if a 201 doesn't win it, I'll usually try to give away another gift card or something maybe a $10 one to a 201 student. Thank you for everyone who comes out and plays. Join in. I'm happy sometimes we have 10 people, sometimes we have 20 people. Before tests, we sometimes have 100. The more people play, the better. It's just practice. We're just here to have fun, and we should know instantaneously. Decision trees take categorical quantitative variables. They do not take identifiers or things that act like identifiers. Review the earlier question if you want to know what acting like an identifier is. But with that, the leaderboard is... Clever Elephant, you can't stop you trying to be my space puffin right here? I could just remove you from the game, but we're not doing that. Let's see who wins right here. Let's go to the next round. Quiz. What percent of people not born in Tennessee are not registered to vote? What percent? Ooh, 60 seconds right here. A really tough question. So think about what we did last time. We need to go, and hopefully Brian put the right answer on here. What percent of people not born in Tennessee, so we need to go to people who are not born in Tennessee, are not registered to vote? So we got the groups 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the people who are not born in Tennessee, not born in Tennessee. Now, these are the X variables. I want to point something out. These are the X variables here. These are the Y distributions, because we're asking, the question is, are you registered to vote? That's the Y variable. And then the X's that help explain it that the tree picked were things like born in Tennessee, and then it subdivided that on high school GPA, born in Tennessee also again, because that's the other way it's split at the top, and then weight. The not registered to vote, so we need to add up the 7 and the 95, and then divide by the total of these. Can anyone put the mathematics in the chat as I double check the work? It should be like 102 divided by like 3 something, so we're looking at one of these down here probably. I'm gonna go with this one, am I right? I'm doing it in my head. Yes! I was doing it in my head. I was between these two. So it looks like I probably got the right answer. Let's show the mathematics right here. If anyone wants to put it on the screen to double check the work, let's show the mathematics. That is probably one of the toughest questions I can write on here. So if you're thinking, what is the toughest questions we can put on the test? That's going to be one of the toughest questions. Nice job. 102 divided by 325. Great job. And that's going to be the answer. So excellent job, Hannah, right there. Let's throw some 50 points. Hannah on top of it, getting the answers in here for us. There you go, Hannah and everyone. Thank you so much. We have to stay basically on the work. Like, understanding how to work these problems is important. Don't get behind with the work. Stay with the work in the class. So great job. That way when you practice, No, Space Puffin has been killed. No. Oh my gosh. No. This is the total. These are all people. Right now, Brian has highlighted right here all the people who are not born in Tennessee. So these are all the people who are not born in Tennessee. Everyone here is not born in Tennessee. And these are the people in the subgroup on it. These are, shoot. Can I erase that? Oh, I didn't know there's a eraser here. Wow. Life-changing. These are the people we are interested in. So if everyone notices right here, this right here is going to be 102. I love all the quotes. And then the total is going to be 325. There's so many quotes happening right now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do a random quote. What random quote are we going to get when Brian just calls a random quote? Oh, so put F in chat, I think. Is that quote 7? I think quote 7 is, or did I just get that one? We start on time, we end on time. Everyone's very obsessed with we start on time, we end on time. So that's how we do the mathematics here. We need a list of quotes. I'll show them to you real quick. How about we do that at the end of the Kahoot? Stay tuned to the end of the Kahoot to the list of quotes. Cheating is so 8th grade. That's Dr. Moon right there, Mark Moon. I need to tell him he's been, actually I was remembering that. I was like, what did we put in there? But that is a quote from Dr. Mark Moon. Thank you, Dr. Moon. You are now part of our class. You are immortalized by Mewbot. But Stellar Bobcat. Stellar Bobcat is back. You have Dr. Moon. Dr. Moon is great. Thank you, Dr. Moon. Like, giving some positivity, helping out. He's great, and he's really interested in doing the best online education, as many educators are. So he's super awesome. Like, shout outs to all UT and all Haslam and everyone. Is it Shop Brian's a big fan of Haslam College of Business? Not shocking. Let's check out who's going to win with the last question. I need some Omrays in the chat, though. I need some Omrays. Let's get hype right here. We got our hype song playing. I need some Omrays in the chat. Get ready. Mark Moon, the most interesting man alive. Mark Moon. Shout outs to Mark Moon. Got some Omrays in the chat, so you better be ready. I'm like 4 seconds in the future. Get ready right here. Here we go. I'm going to disappear. We're going to turn off the music, and we're going to do this. Now let's keep the music on. Here we go. Stay hype. The highlighted portion of the graphic is the what? What is the highlighted portion of the graphic? What is that? Is it a z-score? Nah, that doesn't look like a z-score. A z-score is the observed observation minus mean standard deviation. Is that a p-value? No, that doesn't look like a probability. No, that ain't me. That's not a probability. So we're between two things. The distribution of the x or the distribution of the y. And the x's are right here, making this the distribution of the y variable. Oh no! Sadness. That's all right. Just to be clear, this is seeing if people voted in tennis or are registered to vote. Your x variables are right here. So this right here is your distribution of the y variable, and your y variable is a what type of variable? What type of variable is your y variable? What type of variable is your y variable? Your y variable is a what, because it's are you registered to vote? So just think about that variable. Are you registered to vote? Yes, no. So think about this right here. Are you registered to vote? Yes, no. And this is the y variable, and you can see the distribution of the y through all the splits. It's categorical. Yep. So you can see here, I think the blue is this. So people who are born in Tennessee and have a higher high school GPA are the most likely to be registered to vote. People who are not born in Tennessee and have a lower weight are less likely to be registered to vote. And this is like so my data might be really old, like 2011. But interesting stuff. And I miss doing the Stats 1 survey because I saw a lot of things change over time. We did it for like 8 years consistently. And over 8 years, I saw a lot of repeat questions we have like shift, like views on issues change. It's so just interesting to see that shift. But with that, it is time, everyone. It is time to find out the winner. Let's do this. Here we go. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, no. Music. We got Clever Elephant, Kind Bee. Did it happen? Did Bobcat win? No way. Diplomat Kitten. Whoa. I really didn't know. Diplomat Kitten, if you want to say who you are in the chat, if it's a 320 student, we'll also throw $10 to the 201. So if we had a non-201 win, we'll also give Stellar Bobcat, you did awesome. Let's throw some points out here. Let's give our usual 1,000 points to the winner, 500, 1,000. You know what? So, Audrey right here, let me hop to space so I can start adding in points. Let me put up the screen. And we're going to look at Mubot quotes real quick. So, I'll show you Mubot quotes. 2 seconds. Class is over. Here is Mubot quotes. Mubot quotes are as follows. So feel free to pause the screen right here. I'm going to add in second. I got first. Maddie, that's awesome. Maddie, you're 201, right, Maddie? Here's Mubot quotes if you want to ever say any. Here, I'll start at the bottom since these are the most recent. Here's the Mubot quotes. If you ever want to do a Mubot quote, here's your Mubot quotes. So I'm just going to scroll right through here. I love this one. Didn't take 201. My model hierarchy is messed up. That's one of my favorite ones right there. It's a thing about model hierarchy. Great job, Jesse. And feel free to stay over. I think, let me double check. Love it. Truth. King Bowser's no badge for me. Brian, unranked. This baby knows statistics. I love that one. This was from 474 or 320 last semester. Mubot can say happy birthday every once in a while. They'll just yell out happy birthday. So yeah, it's interesting because, you know, like I think this baby knows statistics came from when we were doing regression or something. We were like making predictions for like a baby or something. So we were just like, okay, what would this be? It'd be a baby, I guess. I don't know. Things have to happen organically. Like Brian Suss. Yeah, playing on Among Us. So Brian Suss right here. That was our class? Yes. Yesterday, we made it into a TikTok yesterday asking Elon Musk to join our class for 30 seconds. And I think I'm going to tell me this, everyone. Should I put a video here? I'll get the other Kahoot started. Let me get the points in first. So let me hop to space. Let me get the screen up. Okay. So I'm going to put in everyone's points. So I showed my friends that. That's awesome. I should have done it from here. I should have been like, hey, Elon Musk, we're asking you to join Stat 201. If you can make this happen, that'd be awesome. They thought that's awesome. I was like, is this cringy? Are we? I don't know. We do things. We do things and we see what happens and we just have some fun. Who was it? Third place, Maya. Let's give Maya points right here. Maya is getting 250. I'm gonna do some rounding up. I don't want to do that much math. Maddie, make sure to email me, Maddie. And $20 Amazon gift card, Maddie. Great job, Maddie. Maddie, points. Oh gosh. I added one too many zeros, Maddie. Third place. We just did third. Second, who got second? Jesse. Great job, Jesse. Second place, Jesse right there. Jesse, second place. Amazing job, Jesse. And who else? No, he should come to 320 though. So we should get him. If he appeared, we'd do like a special stream, like Elon Musk appears on Stat 201. Like I would just like have it like him, like his own moment, like to do it. So Let's see. Do I have a... Sorry. I went on a walk today and I was like, yeah, I'll go on a walk. And then turned into like an hour walk. And I was like, it's nice being outside. It's nice. Done. Let's see here. We have been doing... Oh, we have regression. Oh, we got this. Okay, we're good. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. I wrote this. I'm very happy with myself. Good job, Past Brian. Past Brian, you are great. So thank you. Who's ready for 320 Kahoot? 320, this is a really good Kahoot. I must say, whoever wrote this Kahoot is going to load. Okay, whoever wrote this Kahoot, you get it, I wrote it. Whoever wrote this Kahoot, smart man, wrote some really great questions to help practice. Let's put on some disco music. And let's get ready here at 320. We've got a 320 Kahoot. Of course we do. Future Brian is happy with past Brian. I totally agree. Tyler, hey, Tyler, what's up? Tyler, 201, former 201, right, Tyler? Good to see you here, Tyler. Tyler, probably reset your points. I'm so sorry, Tyler. Look at all those hours. Tyler, and then it's going to reset your status. I'm so sorry, Tyler. So what I've decided to do, Tyler, is every semester I reset the points. But if you also notice, it's got your, put the music to here. It'll have actually your status and the amount of points. So everyone, yeah, so good to see you, Tyler. Oh, I seriously have it somewhat edited, but I got ADD. I should send it to you. The opening. Like, I should get like your verbal permission to put it in there. And we could use it this semester. Like, as long as you're like, yes, use this opening so I can be a Statue 1 legend as Dad Bod Thor. So I've got it. Like let me see if I can pull it up. 2 seconds. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, I know, right? No, I'll show you. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. Okay, let's open Adobe After Effects and maybe crash my computer. Oh, I need to show you 2 seconds. Okay, here, wait, 2 seconds. Pause this. Where's the button? Pause the screen on this. Here's the 320 Kahoot. I'm gonna go back 1 second. Pause the screen on this right here. 320 Kahoot. Pause the screen on this. Or like, take a screenshot. 320 Kahoot. We're starting in about 2 minutes. Let me put the timer on. 2 minutes. 320 Kahoot. 320 Kahoot. 320 Kahoot. As long as we have 3 players. 320 if you're still here. Okay, good. We got some players. Okay. So I'm going to put up the Marvel screen for a second. We got 2 players. 201 if you're still here, you could win. You could win. All right, let's see. Where's my Marvel screen? There we go. Okay. We got 3 players now. 3 players. I like it. After Effects. Okay, I think this is it. I think I found it. Loading up After Effects. We got 4 players. No, Brian, you're editing it. I've been pretty good, Tyler. I've been pretty good. It's been really busy. My hair just keeps getting longer. That's what happens here. Just really busy, and I've been feeling better. You might be talking about that. Like last semester, I was like, oh, this is the wrong one. This is the Epic. I've got the Epic here. It's that. Last semester, my body just... But I've been doing way better. Like, just feeling better, which is good. What did I call it? No! I'm trying to find it here, Tyler. I wonder if I find it. Still no mode. I know. I chickened out. I was like, it was just like, it's weird. For those who know, I had like a stomach issue and saw a lot of doctors. So, but been feeling a lot better. And I've been drinking coffee. You can ask them. You can ask my students. I've been drinking coffee all this semester, which last semester I wasn't drinking coffee. And man, not drinking coffee is really hard. Has the faster internet. Totally right. Yeah, like it was not drinking coffee was one of the worst things ever. Like that's maybe sad to say, like not drinking coffee was one of the worst things ever, but I probably have an addiction. Where I opened up too many files. What did I call this? It's shattered. I called it shattered. No. I'm gonna be so mad. I worked on this. Last try here. Oh, wait, we got something. I'm also always running out of space on this computer. I bought a new hard drive and I haven't installed it yet. Time. Okay, last few tries at this. List. Okay, no details. I have it, Tyler. I have it. Still on the energy drink binge. I'll see. The teas weren't working so well for a while. Like I was trying teas, and I'll find it, Tyler. Let me hop back to this. I'll find it. Yeah, it's. I called it like Shattered Intro. It's the Shattered Intro. It's the It's this one right here. Wait, where's Shattered? Here's Shattered. I put you into this intro right here. I'll show you real quick. So you're in one of those like scenes with the Thor picture. So email me and be like, Brian, I totally want to be part of this. I want to be in the intro. I want people to be like, wait, who's that? Cold brew with chocolate milk as much. Oh man, that sounds good right there. Cold brew with chocolate milk. I would totally have that. We'll get started here in 1 minute. Everyone, 1 minute. I saw someone drop out. No, this is a really good review for 320. Really good review. Who's ready in 320? I need some I'm readies. Tyler, so good to have you here. Let's give Tyler's points back first. Tyler, I have to reset everyone's points because that way we know how many points we'll have. But Tyler, you deserve points. So let's get Tyler's points back. Let's make the world right. Let's like get those points back. Okay, the world is right again, Tyler. I Thanos those points back. The world is right again. Let's get ready right here. Getting ready in 10 seconds. Not in 320, but I'm ready. Yes, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. Let's throw everyone some 50 points for Hannah being here. Hannah, thank you for hanging out, for practicing, for having some fun. You could win. You never know. And then we'll make sure there's a winner. Tyler, that's insane, Tyler. And your status will update. You'll have a new status in the class, too. So you got those Mewbucks pack right there. So check it out. Let's get started here in 3, 2. Oh, got Jolly Rabbit right here. 2, 1. Here we go. Let's start this. Here we go, everyone. 320 Kahoot. Really great stuff. Quiz. Oh, gosh. What is the overall significance of the model? What is the overall significance of the model? Look down. Find the overall significance of the model. I know there's a lot of numbers on the screen, but there's a number that should draw your attention. There's 2 numbers that should draw your attention. What is the overall significance of the model? You only really need to look at one number and then just find it in the other output. This is a tough question, but if you see it instantaneously. When I'm saying the overall significance of the model, what do you look at instantaneously? What do you look at instantaneously right here? Well, we got a lot of answers. Good. Yes. What did people look for? I know it's a little smaller, but what did you look for immediately when you looked for the overall significance of the model? Because in the simple linear model, you looked for the what? The overall significance of the model, you looked at the what? Like, in which p-value? Hannah, you are correct. Hannah, great job. Great answers right there. The p-value is 100% correct. And then which p-value? So here's the hint. Because this one would not be. P-value is correct. Yep. And then which p-value, though? Is it this p-value or is it this p-value? Which p-value is it going to be? So, let's see right. It's under my nose. So I'm heading out. So good to see you, Tyler. Thank you so much. And so thank you so much. Yeah, I'm doing like, I'm back to like 80, 90%. Don't worry. Everyone's like, oh my God, what's wrong with Brian now? Last semester I was recuperating from just, I don't know. Doctors were like, I don't know. And I was like, well, it's a great diagnosis. Yes, right here. This one right here. This is the overall significance of the model. So I want to point this out. Even in the multiple, this will be the overall significance. This is the significance of the x variable. That variable right there is the significance of the x variable. This one right here is the x variable. Since there's one x variable, that's the significance of the model. Does that make sense to everybody? There's one x variable right here. So these p-values are identical, and this is the overall significance of the model. We're going to do kind of new topics next week, but we're going to bridge the gap, and we're going to review stuff like the slope is the significance of the model, and then in a multiple model, that'll be the significance of the model. So let's continue on. Who's in the lead? Arctic Dove, but Funny Elephant. You guys know who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Jolly Rabbit. I mean, come on. Everyone knows. Brian likes rabbits. Bun out there is happy. Let's see if you can win for Bun. What is the typical miss this model makes? What is the typical miss this model makes? I'll zoom in for a second. I'll zoom back out. So find it in the output right there. Find it in the output. What is the typical miss this model makes? I kind of liked that zoom. So once again, here's a zoom in on it. What is the typical miss the model makes when predicting the Y variable? So when you hear typical miss, you should instantaneously think this. What do your eyes instantaneously go to? This is like training you to like instantaneously see these things or look for these things. Who can tell us the abbreviations? There's 2 abbreviations. What are the 2 abbreviations you could tell me for a typical miss the model makes? Like abbreviating, and like you don't have to say the full thing. You can just abbreviate it into 4 or 3 letters. So RMSE, root mean squared error. So the root mean square error is also the residual standard error. Yep, great job, Lucy. The root mean squared error is the typical miss the model makes, also known as the residual standard error. And what's really funny, I didn't notice this till Connor pointed it out, that jump actually shows this. It shows it here. No, it's not going to have an RMSE. Jump shows it right here as the residual or root average error. So Jump's actually doing the RMSE here, and that's the root average error. I hate that it calls it A, and I looked back at previous output. It used to have an M there. I don't know why they changed it to RASE. I don't like that, but that's the RMSE. So it's root mean squared error or root average squared error. Same thing, tomato, tomato. All we're talking about is the typical miss the model makes. Yep, that's exactly it, Lucy. And Connor pointed that out because we were like, what is the RASE? And I was like, root absolute. I don't know. We were like wondering. We were like, yeah, I know, boo, right? I don't like that. But once we realized it, we were like, oh, that's the typical miss the model makes when it's predicting the quantitative Y variable. Because we were looking through the output, and you should know all your output. I always stand by that. Like, know what your output shows. And I said to Connor, I said, well, let's look up what it is. And I'm like, oh, it's the RMSE. Who's in the lead? Oh, leaderboard's getting shaken up. Funny elephant. Where'd the bunny go? Bunny? Bun. He looks up when I say, I go, bun, 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 bun. And he just like looks at me and he's like, you're weird. And then I can sit down and he'll come over to me. Anyways, enough about the bunny. Let's find out who's going to win right here. Bun's great. What percent of the variation Y is explained by the model? 201. You should know this. You're like, oh no, I should know this? What do you mean I should know this? What percent of variation in the Y is explained by the model? Just like we were doing with decision trees, this is a great crossover event right here. Little bunny foo-foo. Bunny, bunny, bunny. He just looks at me so weird when I talk to him. What percent of the variation in Y? So what concept are you looking for right here? When I say percent of variation in Y explained, so there were 2 answers that were highly selected between. We'll talk about this one in the multiple world. The adjusted R squared is R squared adjusted for how many variables are in the model. They call this the multiple R squared because it can have multiple X's involved in it. It's literally, right now it's just R squared. So technically I wish this output changed so it just said R squared when there's 1X. Yep, R squared. Perfect. Great job there, Lucy. So R squared is going to be the percent of variation in Y explained by the variation in X. And the adjusted R squared is adjusted for how many variables are in the model. So I want you to think about this for a moment. If I were to play someone in Smash Bros, because I love Smash Bros. So I play someone in Smash Bros, and I've been playing Smash Bros for 17, 18, oh God, I've been playing it longer than that. I've been playing Smash Bros for 2 decades. Two decades in a year. 21 years I've been playing Smash Bros. Came out senior year of high school. So with that in mind, if I'm playing Smash Bros, and I play someone who's never played, and I just barely beat them, what would you think? Would you be like, man, Brian's so good at Smash Bros. I've been playing for 21 years. So, oh no, I'm so sorry about that. That's all right, Kayla, that's all right. If I play someone in Smash Bros. And I've been playing for 21 years and they've never played, they don't even play video games. They're like, it's like my mom. My mom's like, Smash Bros? I'm like, yeah, Mom, play. And I'm like, what do you think about that? What do you think if I play my mom in Smash Bros? And I'm like, yes, I won, but it was like a 10 stock game and I barely won. And so what would you think? The multiple. So if I were to play Roderick in video games and we were to play Smash Bros. And I just barely won, who do you think's actually better? I've been playing Smash Bros. For 21 years and I play someone who's never played and I barely win. Who do you think's actually better? Me or the other person? Like, who would you be like impressed by? Would you be impressed by me? I played 21 years. I won. I barely won. It was really close, super close. Like, I was really afraid you'd be impressed by the newbie, exactly. So this is what adjusted R squared does. When you have a model with 100 variables, or a model versus one variable, which of those model has an advantage of explaining why? If you have a model with 100 variables or a model with one variable, which model has an advantage to explain why? So if you have a model with 100 variables or a model with one variable, which model has an advantage to explain why? I'm going to show this here mathematically in a second. So the one variable model is at a disadvantage. Think about it like experience. A great answer, Lucy, right there. The one variable model is at a disadvantage because the more variables it has, the more it can explain. Like it's kind of like a decision tree with more splits. So watch this. You ready? Let's make a ridiculous model. Let's go here and make a model explaining height from all the variables in the model. I didn't think that would work for a second. Do I have survey 11? Survey 10? Good. So now what I did here, this is a multiple model, and take a look. All of these variables are included. And I want you to take a look at the r squared and the r squared adjusted. But let's go crazier. Why not do a variable to the fourth power? Oh, it's thinking. That's a bad idea. Oh my god. Oh, and it actually gave me an r squared adjusted that can't even be calculated. Here we go. So the more variables I put into the model, what will happen to r squared? As I put more and more variables into the model, what will r squared do? As I put more and more variables into the model, what will r squared do? R squared will always do this, just like decision trees. Just like decision trees, r squared will always do this. Just like decision trees, if you put more variables in, r squared will always increase. Guess what r squared adjusted does? Guess what r squared adjusted does? Because that one has an r squared adjusted of 68%, and this one has an r squared adjusted of 64%. And oftentimes we look to see how close these are. R squared adjusted may not increase. You know what's really weird? I'll show you something really interesting. Let's make random chance variables. So here's random variables. Here's x1, which will be random normal numbers. So these are just 100 random normal numbers. And I want you to see this. So any relationship between x and y right now would be purely due to what? Because these are random numbers. So any relationship between x and y is going to be what? Just be thinking about, since these are completely random numbers, any relationship between x and y would be completely what? Any relationship is going to be completely random, right? Completely and utterly by random chance, exactly. But we might actually get a decent r squared. We get 4% of the variation explained, but what do you notice about r squared adjusted right here? The r squared adjusted, which is what I was hoping would happen, is actually what? The r squared adjusted is negative. We've explained 4% of the variation. Our model's not statistically significant, and when we penalize our model, it's always going to be lower. Yep, Roderick, you're getting the big things right here. R squared adjusted is always lower. It can be negative, and it's penalized for how many x's we put into our model. So think about this. What's going to penalize us more? Putting in good variables or bad variables? Like, where would you see a really bad r squared adjusted? When you put in a bunch of good variables or bad variables? When will your r squared adjusted get really damaged? By putting in good variables or bad variables? This is what r squared adjusted accounts for. R squared adjusted is going to get really damaged if you put in bad variables. And it's just a more fair way. Does that make sense? It's like it's leveling the playing field. Think of r squared adjusted as leveling the playing field. It adjusts for how many variables in the model. Who thinks they kind of conceptually understand what r squared adjusted is? It's your r squared adjusted for how many variables are in the model. So it's like, like a handicapped r squared. It's like saying, okay, so you put all these variables into the model. I'm going to now penalize you because you have an advantage. So it's a more fair way of looking at your r squared than it doesn't have an interpretation, but we just say, that's a fairer way. You're getting there, yep. So it's just your r squared penalized for how many variables you put in the model. Good to see you here, Delaney. Good to see you here. Let's see here who's in the lead right now. Ooh, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game, but Rabbit is back. Rabbit is back. Here we go. What is the proper slope interpretation? Watch out. 201, don't go with your first instinct. 201, do not go with your first instinct. 201, do not go with your first instinct. Do not go. There should be something here that jumps out to everybody. Just start reading the start of it. One of these is the intercept. This is the intercept right here. When weight is equal to 0, we'd expect someone to have a height equal to blank. This right here makes it sound like cause and effect. We do not want to make it sound like cause and effect. And this will lose you points on the test. Two individuals or two students who differ in their weight by 1 pound are expected to differ in their height. We lost people, no. Two students who differ in their weight by 1 pound are expected to differ in their height by 0.0037 inches. Where, what? Which variable is it? It's negative. So are we predicting... Are we predicting? I think we're predicting GPA. Aha, we're predicting GPA. Two individuals who differ in their weight by 1 pound are expected to differ in their GPA by 0.0037 points, where the person with a higher GPA is expected to have a lower... No, the person with a higher weight is expected to have a lower GPA. I'll repeat that again. Two students who differ in their weight by 1 pound are expected to differ in their GPA by 0.0037 points, where the person with a higher weight, who weighs more, is expected to have a lower GPA. Does that make sense to everybody right there? And this is statistically significant. What are you going to put on your cheat sheet? What are you going to put on your cheat sheet? I would definitely put stuff like this on your cheat sheet. Put stuff like this on your cheat sheet. Cheat sheet material right here. Two individuals who differ by X and by 1 unit are expected to differ. Interpretation Mad Libs. Yes, I want to see people acing this. Who's acing this right now? Tropical Deer is acing this. You got this, Tropical Deer. Let's see what happens here. Number 5. How many assumptions did we fail? Ooh, I love this question. We just did this. This is a great review. Oh my gosh, person who wrote this, you're a genius. How many do we fail? There's only 3 assumptions. The linearity is one of the assumptions. Linearity is one assumption. Equal spread's another assumption. Normality is another assumption. Who would love this as a test question? I hope everyone gets this. How many do we fail? Good to see you here, Sarah. Great question right here. Love this question. How many do we fail? Great job. After Kahoot, can you answer a question about a project one? Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'll hop over. I hop over between things. I like go to email, and I hop over to here. We fail linearity and normality. I believe so. Yep, we fail the linearity. And so remember how the p-value for this is not, let me point this out. So very important thing, this is not saying the model is statistically significant. This is saying that there's a problem with the linear fit to the model. This is not saying the line is statistically significant. I want to keep saying that. This does not say the line is statistically significant. This says that there's probably a non-linear relationship, like there's an issue with the linearity of the model, that there's a bend through the points. This says that the equal spread is good. We do not reject that the equal spread is good. We continue to believe so. And the normality right here is rejected. So we need to look at the plots for this one and this one because we have a large enough sample size. With the sample size of 699, we can continue on to investigate the linearity and the normality. So make sure you can do this. Great practice right there, Lucy and Roderick. Let's throw 20 points. Teamwork right there. Excellent stuff. Who would like this question on the test? Anyone? Because I hope this is an easy question. Like, I hope how many assumptions did we fail right here is easy enough. People can look at it and be like, oh, we failed linearity, we failed normality because the p-values are low. So, yep, I definitely expect questions like that. Who's going to win? Tropical Deer, you got this. Let's see what happens right here. It passes it with a p-value. Do you need to look at the plots? Nope. Great question right there, Abby. And please tell me if the graders take off points, because as soon as you pass for the p-values, you're done. I think we have the notes still up for that. 2 seconds. I think it's around this. If you wait. Did I close it? I know I had it. No, I must have closed it. Oh my gosh, why would I do that to myself? If it passes, you're good. If it passes, you're good. If the graders take up points, tell me. I do want them to grade it a little bit strict, but if they're too strict, just tell me. If the sample size, yep. If it passes the p-value though, Lucy, you don't have to. If it passes the p-value, you're like, it's good. Like that's the end right there. If it fails, which a lot of times it will, then you check the sample size, then you look at the plots. So great job, everyone working together, following through on those steps. Definitely. You know what we'll look at it here in a second. True, false. If we fail the test, we can't use the regression model. Ooh. If we fail the test, we can't use the regression model. I love this question. Yeah, Lucy, perfect answer right there. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. Not that. Mubot, go away. Mubot, you're being Mubot. Mubot is being Mubot. Where is it? I thought. I'm gonna find something really, really quick right here. Am I losing my mind? I'm losing my mind, everybody. Where'd it go? Give me 10 more seconds here. What? I'm looking for something I sent to somebody. Like I sent them a picture of it. Where'd it go? Okay, Brian. Brian lost his mind. Brian just doesn't know. Oh, wait. No. Okay, Brian lost his mind. Oh, wow. Oh, no. If we fail the test, we can't use the regression model. Exactly. We can check visually. Exactly. Oh, they're asking for the code. Yep. So with this right here, So if we fail the tests, we can use the regression model. Lucy is right. We have to check visually. If we fail the test, we have to check visually. And so that's what we have to do. Does that make sense to everybody? If we fail the test, we can still use the regression model. It's just like, do we want to? We'll find out later. Here we go. Who's in the lead? Funny Elephant doing a great job. See, it's so great. Like everyone, I'm glad you're playing, practicing along right here. That's what we want to do. Let's see who's going to win right here. Which plot checks linearity? Ooh, I like this one. Which one checks linearity? Ooh, I'm scared. Which plot checks the linearity of them all? The first, the second, the third, or none of them? Yes! It's all right if you were the one person who put third. That's the common misconception. This plot checks what? I want you to see this, and I want you to say in the chat, I want everyone to be saying, what does this plot look for? What does this plot look for right here? This is the residual plot, which is your line flat. So you can see some outliers down here. This plot checks normality, and that is the perfect normal, which is the red line right here. That's the perfect normal. So yep, residuals, and this is going to look at the normality of the residuals. So values of residuals if normal, and that's the normal right there. And we have a huge deviation down here. So this does not check linearity. This checks to see if the normal model is a good fit. And over here is where we check linearity and equal spread. So watch out. Very common misconception. Is the leaderboard going to shake up? Oh, the leaderboard is shaking up. Do not worry. Do not worry. I'm throwing 100 points. Don't leave yet. This is good practice right here. We're here to practice. We're here to have fun. Throwing out 100 points. Do not worry. Quiz. Which plot checks equal spreads? There's a review question. I like to give away the answers and then see if we remember. Which plot are we looking at here? The first, the second, the third, or none of these to check the equal spread? Which of these is going to be the equal spread plot? So remember, I drop hints and we do practice because you have to memorize. You have to just multiple times. Great job. Great job. So what does the third one check again? This only checks what? Say it again. This is where we get it down. If you're watching this in the future, this one only checks. There's 3 conditions: linearity, equal spread, and normality of residuals. And this one only looks at normality. So the third one only checks normality. The first one checks linearity and equal spread. There's the line. It's all right. The equal spread, I don't see much of an issue. So this is normality, and this is linearity and equal spread. So great stuff right there. Who's in the lead? Look at, I love this. I bet Arctic Dove is I got this, Arctic Dove. Keep up the great work. I like seeing exactly, ignore the histogram. No one cares about histograms. I'm sorry, histogram. Who's going to win? Which plot best checks normality of residuals? Well, Brian, you're doing repeat questions here. I take this back. This is not best checks normality of residuals. That's the hint. Yes! I think we got this down. Oh, it's right behind me, Cole. We're about to end, though, Cole, so join in any time. When you get the announcement that we're playing the Kahoots, join in. Glad to have you here. It might have locked or something, but yes, good to have you here. Let's take a look. Who's in the leaderboard now? I love seeing that right there. I love seeing everyone get it right there. Everyone's like, we got this. Let's see who's going to win right now. Who's ready? I need some I'm readies in the chat right now. I need some I'm readies. That's what we do. That's our thing. Let's put on our music. Let's get some I'm readies. Let's go hacker mode. Let's go crazy with some I'm readies right here. So tight. I'm ready. I'm ready in the chat. We got this. Let's do this. Let's turn down the Kahoot music. Last question. Here we go. Everyone's ready. Cole, answer in the chat for us right here. Let's get some practice. Let's do this. All models are wrong. All models are wrong. So don't use them. Why are you taking this class? All models are wrong. But one is right. No, all models are wrong. All models are wrong. But statistics can help. Well, yeah, statistics can help. I mean, that's not the quote, but all models are wrong. But some are useful. George Box, everyone. Thank you, George Box. Amazing quote right there. Basically, we'll never know the truth. We can't handle it. We never know the truth. All models are wrong, but some are useful. 2-1 if you were here. So excellent. All models are wrong. Cole, so good to have you here. Some are useful. That means we're never going to find the true model. We're never going to know the truth. I know, all models are wrong. So don't use them. What's the point of statistics anyways? All models are wrong, but some are actually useful. Some are useful. All models are wrong, some are useful. George Box, he did some revolutionary work in statistics. A lot of great quotes from George Box. Let's go. I was funny. Did you win, Dylan? Oh, who's going to win right here? Let's go. Dylan. Dylan. The Schwarzenegger thing. Jolly Rabbit hopping into the lead right there. Swift Hawk. Oh, Dylan. Dylan, make sure to email me. Congratulations, Dylan. Amazing work right there. Dylan, excellent work. Great answers today and in class, everybody. Keep those answers coming in class. You guys know I love it. I held down 4th place. Exactly. I was Swift Hawk. Oh, told you you'd have faster in it. 200-point difference right there. Morgan, good to see you here. Look at that. 200-point difference. So close. Lucy and Dylan battling it out. And great work, Dylan. Make sure to email me and specify the email you want me to send the Amazon gift card to. I'll probably be checking emails. Well, I'm going to be checking emails now. But I'll head off here in a moment. Use your computer. It's a good way to do it. Good way to win. Amazing work, everybody. Let's head over here. Let's throw some points. We got to get Dylan some points here. Who was first, second, third? I'm going to give away. You know what we could do? How about we do this? How many people got watching right now? How many people does this say are watching the Kahoot? Thank you if you stayed till the end. Do we still have the 201 student here? This is for everybody. This is for you. It's absolutely crazy, insane Fridays right here. What's my hype music today? Let's click a random button. That's too hype. I've got so much music I don't use. Let's just do this. You ready? We're giving away 1,000 points. Boom! We just did it. We broke the record for points given away. 1,000. Tell people to show up to Kahoots, stay to the end. Absolute insanity right here. So that way, everyone, if you stayed, 1,000 points. We had a little small group right there. So that's 1,000 points. Thank you for staying. Thank you for playing. Well, let's just like blow people's minds right here. 1,000 points. So everyone, instead of first place getting 1,000, small group right here, 1,000 points. Showing up. What do we say in chat? Oh, that was the point. Like, what's in that coffee brand? Hashtag show up. You gotta have some fun. That's what we do. That's what we do. This is free YouTube music. It's not bad. Everybody's getting hyped in the chat, checking out their points right there. We got people over 10,000 points. Over 10,000. So please, if you're watching this in the future and you're like, what the heck just happened? Show up to Kahoots. Show up. Hashtag show up. Kirsten, just totally insane points right there. Amazing job. I'm going to look back on these one day and be like, what the heck? What's going on? These are for bonus, Cole. So if you are one of our students, you can get bonus in the class. So Cole, are you a 201 student, or did you happen to find this stream on YouTube and just swing on by? So these are points as we just rock out. These are points that who was Jolly Rabbit? Who did? Okay, now I just put on some chill music. You're in 207? Cool, yeah. Good to have you here, Cole. So we have point system that we use to figure out the bonus at the end of the semester. So what you can do is you can do ! points at any time in the chat. That's a command to Mubot. Let's say hey to Mubot. Mubot, how you doing today, Mubot? Mubot, you doing all right? You doing chill?
I am Mubot.
Good to see you, Mubot. You need to learn more. Like,
I am Mubot.
chill out, Mubot. So this is what we do. We chill out with Mubot. Sometimes he gets mad, though. Mubot, no. So, I don't know. Hey!
Hello, everybody. Hello, Roderick, and everybody.
I have to go away when Mubot talks. So, end of day fun. I'll be answering emails here soon. Let me know if you have questions. Craziness. Hair just keeps getting longer. Have fun. I always remembered back when I was in high school and I grew my hair out this long.
What's up, Cole? Good to have you here. 207 students, you're always welcome to review.
I was not talking to him about there. but take over. We just have fun. This is what online education has become. This is the insanity, the craziness of Stats 1 online. Just chill out for a moment. If you have questions, let me know. I'm just gonna chill out. Gonna answer some emails here soon. Chilling out with Mubot. Me and Mubot chilling out. Who's got questions? We got the test next week for 320. Well, you know what's interesting, Cole, is I grew up, I'm actually by a piano. That's kind of, I should call that dude. I grew up playing piano my whole life. And if anyone plays an instrument, it's not just about like what song you play, it's about how you play that song. Like the notes on the sheet don't communicate the full message of the song. It's, you have to put some of yourself into that song. So when I go to a piano and I play music, I try to like, you know, because it's just the same way with teaching. There's, the material is in the notes, and I can just read the material, or I can put some of myself into this. And this is what happened. Mubot is new this semester, evil Mubot. But yeah, so we try to, you know, make those things happen. Exactly, it's about the musicality. I was a band nerd in high school. Yeah, you have to like everyone's seen, like, especially when you talk about like band, you'll watch some people like, oh, we'll try to not scare you, Roger. We'll go do practice. We're gonna do lots of practice. We'll have a big mega Kahoot for our class, so make sure to show up the mega Kahoot, and probably some of these questions will be on there. But you've seen like marching bands and stuff play songs, but the marching bands that like put themselves into it, and like where you can just see the electric energy of the music flowing through them. And I mean that, like, music has energy. And so I try to do the same with teaching. Like I try to like put the energy into teaching, because I mean, if you're bored with it, it can become background noise. I know, it's so cool, right? I want to learn how to flute soon. DCI is out of this world. What is that? What is DCI? Drum? Is it some sort of drumline thing? DCI? I'm always like inspired by like music. Well, see, I'm a huge gamer nerd too, so no, definitely cool. It's like everyone has their own. We actually just put out a paper on this. I'm always mentioning the paper. Let me bring up the paper in the background. I still have it up on one of my sheets. World of Edcraft. So here, let me hop over here to the other screen. And I'm really lucky. Haslam, the reason we're able to do all this, let's hop over to the main screen, is because Haslam has put so much money into this, and we just put out a paper on what we're doing with Andrew Lowe of MIT. So thank you, Andrew Lowe. I play piano, and like video games, Smash, Hades, you name it. We just beat God of War on PS4. We got a PS5. Finally got a PS5. Go here to the end of it, and you can see what I do. Here we go. Oh, that's their studio. So I'm really lucky with what we have. So this is where I'm currently at. My mug's right next to me here. So this is my studio I currently work from. To clarify, we need to run summary for a task 3. Yep. You will run summary on it. Yep. After you make the transform model, Lucy. To clarify, great question, Lucy. Thank you so much for asking. To clarify, you will use summary after running the transformed model. I could hear my high school marching band practice. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really nice. And I mean, you can see the full price tag. Like, this is so much thanks to did we add it all up? I mean, there's things I didn't, until I started cataloging all this, I didn't know that the camera, the stand alone for the camera is $712. So the camera over there is on a stand, or a tripod, whatever thing, that's $712. Like, what? Like, just the stand, and it's a 4K camera we're using, so it's like, here, I'll show you. We'll go over to camera screen. You won't hear me though. That's the boss's camera. It's got a filter over it, so when I go over to the boss screen, he's on other screens. You got Tiny Brian's camera. Where's Tiny Brian at? Tiny Brian, where are you at?
Tiny Brian's always here.
There's just a bunch of madness here. But really, it's thanks to Haslam we have this. You can see other people's studios. This is, I believe, this is Andrew Lowe's studio. So Andrew Lowe's studio right here. I mean, just look at that desktop. I mean, that is a beast of a desktop, and he teaches at MIT, doing some amazing stuff. Really great cameras right here and stuff. This is our World of Edcraft paper. I know, it's so cool. And then Dr. Willem's studio is over here. Here's Dr. Will. I mean, just, oh, look at this. Look at this. You think my studio is expensive? Holy moly. Look at this. This is craziness right here. He's got $5,000 camera right there. You got MacBook Pro, $10,000. You got Pro Display, XDR, standard glass. I guess that's his thing right here. So here's Dr. Willem's studio. Really cool paper that we did talking about our different techniques. And what my favorite part of this paper, my absolute favorite part, and I'm so thankful that Dr. Lowe added in some comedy to it. Here's Dr. Willem's teaching, like really awesome, stellar teaching from Dr. Willem's. Like he uses that technique right there. Because we showed like what our different teaching looks like. Here's the reviews. So we're now in my section. Here's me doing a Kahoot. We all saw that today. And there's our Discord we use. Here's Tiny Brian and his parrot. That's probably my favorite moment of this paper right here is screenshot of Tiny Brian and his parrot. Tiny Brian, where's your parrot at? Let's find out. I'll hang out with Tiny Brian. Does he have his parrot still? Oh my God. Oh my God, Tiny Brian's parrot. Your parrot is not there. It's in front of you. I gotta fix Tiny Brian's parrot right here. This will occur for type 1, type 2 error. There he is. Oh, there. Up. There we go. Tiny Brian's parrot is back. Say to Emily for you. Or, oh, there we go. This is me. There. Oh, perfect. It is ready. We are ready for Tiny Brian and his parrot. Well, thank you so much, Cole. This is the goal of it right here. We made this up for last semester. I feel like I can do a little better. Oh, there we go. Look at that there. I just got to make sure I'm in the same spot for later on in the semester. There we go. Tiny Brian and his parrot. I did like a good bit of the lecture. So you're just chatting at this point. Yeah, no, this is just chill time. This is just, we'll put on a little more music. Feel free to ask questions if you have it. I really like, I don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Lucy. Is this a good one? I think this is the one I don't like. No, this one's chill. No. I like this one. There's speed runs, all this good stuff. There's the boss. What's the total cost for the guy's expensive setup? Oof. Oi. Let's see. I mean, it's a lot. And he does some really top tier stuff. There's Dr. Andrew Lowe's. Here's Dr. Willem's. I mean, it's a great question. I mean, gosh. Whoops, we're playing another song. Sorry. That's where I'm usually can remove myself. Can I just copy this? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, 2 seconds. Class is over. Pulling up Excel right here. I'm not done yet. Let's head over here. Okay. The answer is going to be... Oh, jeez. It didn't paste properly. The answer is I don't know. Wait, you know what we can do? I got an idea. I got a crazy idea. Okay, watch this. Let me return Thanos myself back. And stay tuned, Cole. I'll end here in just a moment after I do this. Let me turn the classes over off. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be crazy. Okay. What is 700 plus 200 plus 11,000 plus 400 plus 4,200 plus 900 plus 710 plus 278 plus 488 plus 219 plus 129 plus 1,100 plus 5,500 plus 1,300 plus 2,300 plus 1,000 plus 800 minus 800 minus 800 plus 250 plus 1,700 plus 270 plus 1,749 plus 5,499 plus 2,299 plus 2,000 minus 2,000 plus 249 plus 8,490 plus 1,890. I totally... Ha! So just a moment. 700 plus 200 plus 11,000 plus 400 holy no way. No way. Is that real? It's saying it's 100 and... No, I totally messed this up. I totally messed it up. You could re-download Lucy. I totally messed that up. She misheard me. I can edit it. Oh man. Well, you see, we should just go here. Wait, watch this. All right, it's probably just gonna be easier if we do this. 269 plus. I'm gonna round that one. So that's already 17,000. I would re-download it, Lucy, and just copy paste your stuff into it. Why didn't I just do this? And then I'm so blind I could barely read it. I have bad eyesight. $51,000. 51,000 it looks like. 51. Whoo! And he's also doing it from like a really nice room. So good stuff there. 51,000. And so he's got a really nice like studio setup right here. Really nice studio setup. So check out the World of Edcraft paper. I know, right? But I mean, he's got this full like top tier everything. And so it's World of Edcraft if you want to check it out. And lots of cool stuff. Lots of huge learning things. What's blowing my mind, and maybe I just crashed the computer. I have no idea what's going on. Paper's not moving. Oh, there we go. Is it looks like we're trying to get it published. We'll see where it goes. I guess I shouldn't say. I think it might be published here. I don't know. I don't want to say. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. And this is really fun and interesting that we got this out there. And yep. And it's getting viewed a lot, getting viewed and downloaded. Hopefully not too many of those are from me, but pretty recent paper. Well, so don't leave yet. Check out, we're going to end with a big outro. Where's my closings at? I'm going to get a haircut real quick, but Jason, can we continue, Jason? Can we just keep going? Jason, can we keep going? Jason, we just need to film for another 4 or 5 hours. We've almost got these new intros ready. We're almost there.
This has been going for like 20 hours. This ends now.